Hey guys, PotTuts Gaming here. I hope you're doing really well. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what Rockstar have got planned for the future. So I hope you enjoy. If you do, please smash that like button and subscribe. I want to get to 100 subscribers, that'd be really cool. So let's get to it. First off, I'm going to talk about LA Noire 2. Making our way through a caseload of murders and assorted misdemeanors in LA Noire was a real highlight for us at the time, and our fingers are firmly crossed that Rockstar decides to revisit the franchise that Team Bondi started back in 2011. The first game took a heck of a long time to develop, 5 years, thanks to the painstaking effort that went into the motion capture that underpinned the interrogation scenes that stood out as both of one of the most interesting facets of the game. A sequel is probably one of the more left-field suggestions, such as the effort that went into the first. This isn't a game that could be churned overnight, and with all the notoriously loose-tongued actors, they'd have to be involved. Keeping a project of that nature under wraps would also be something of a challenge. So it's an outside bet as far as we are concerned, but one that we'd be happy to see come in nevertheless. Next we have Grand Theft Auto. Now conceivably, this could be one of the several Grand Theft Auto related projects. Started with the most likely, we have the possibility that Rockstar are preparing a port of last year's best-selling game for PC and next-gen consoles. It's certainly on the cards, and technically it remains unannounced, even if we've had it on a good authority that it's in the works. If we were putting money on any of these possibilities, this is where it'd be. Having said that, there's no way of ruling out a sequel of sorts. Stories from Los Santos for the next generation of consoles, similar to the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost and Damned for GTA 4. A game built using the GTA V engine and based in Los Santos, but separate from the story of Franklin, Michael and Trevor, we certainly wouldn't say no. Next up, we have Table Tennis 2. You forgot that the first one even existed, didn't you? Truth be told, we all thought it was a dream when back in 2007, Rockstar dropped a budget retail title on us. From a company who repeatedly crowbarred in a variety of sports simulations into their games for no added costs, GTA V had decent tennis and golf minigames almost casually tossed in. Releasing a retail title on a sport no one's covered outside Olympics, tie-ins felt, well, bizarre. Yet, the game was surprisingly addictive and used as an example of the studio's rage technology. I'd say the chances of this being what Rockstar's cooking up next to being nearly non-existent, but we wouldn't mind a digital-only sequel released on PS4 and Xbox One. Okay, now we're at the very exciting one which probably most of you have been waiting for, Red Dead Redemption 2. For some, the Old West was where Rockstar was at its finest. Excessive gunplay excused as a traditional means of communication during the era, a sprawling sandbox that allowed us to live out those cowboy in the wilderness fantasies, and in John Marston, a sympathetic lawbringer with a dark past, with the grit to hunt down the meanest killers of the West, yet stay faithful to his wife when propositioned by prostitutes. While GTA allowed us to decide the scale of our moral conduct, and by extension, write our own story on the sidewalks of Los Santos, Red Dead Redemption was truly John's story. Though, we at least were allowed to decide whether to bring justice to the West or just rob it blind. The game's popularity and critical acclaim make it an obvious choice for a new gen sequel to be in development. Though given Rockstar's penchant for cycling through its franchises one after the other, it might have been scheduled as the next series to make a reappearance. There's little chance a sequel's not coming though, as we eagerly await the sound of those guns echoing across the West again. Next up we have Agent. Do you remember Agent? First revealed as a PlayStation 3 exclusive from Rockstar in 2007, we learned of its name in 2009, but ever since very little has been revealed about Agent. Is it even still in development? Trademark fillings by parent company Take-Two from last year suggest it's still alive in some shape. Rumoured to be a game centred around espionage in the late 1970s, Cold War era, we have very little to go on with regards to Agent. Could it be Rockstar's next major reveal? We would certainly not rule it out as the start of a new generation. Next up, we have another favourite, Bully 2. Bully, or Canis Canyon Edition to European PS2 owners, received a ton of negative media ahead of its release in 2006. The idea of the makers of GTA putting out a game called Bully simply made for great headlines of outrage. Of course, the game didn't turn out to be the bullying simulator some feared, but a rather interesting look at life at a boarding school. Rockstar defended Bully ferociously back in the day, and rumours of a sequel have made the rounds even since the first game. The fact that it was ported onto Wii U, PC and Xbox 360 in 2008 was an indication that it's a franchise that Rockstar sees a future in. And lastly guys, we have Max Payne 4. Another outside bet would be Max Payne 4. Rockstar had some success with the third game in the series, bringing old Max up to date by giving him a 5 o'clock shadow and an alcohol problem. Could we see a return for the shooty anti-hero on next-gen consoles? We're not holding our breath. There are other options if Rockstar decides they want to dust off one of their older IPs. Out of their back catalogue, we'd be most interested in seeing some more of Manhunt, and a new gen console take on that franchise could be a chilling experience. On top of that, there's franchises such as Midnight Club and The Warriors, neither of which we can see getting the next gen treatment, but you never know for sure. Maybe Rockstar has a surprise for us in store, we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, that's it for this video guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and make sure you check out my next gaming news video next Saturday at the same time. As always guys, smash that like button and give me a subscribe. I'm nearly hit 100, so if you could do that, that'd be really cool. Also, if you want to comment below what game you'd like to see Rockstar release next, I'd love to know. Until next time, peace.